Hey people, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video for you for the calendar kit crush. So I'm going to be doing this series with my girl MoLee Lovely. Her video will be linked in the description box below. And we're going to be doing this calendar kit for the next 17 months, one a month. And let's just look at this process video and see what I pulled together. So this is October. The paper was so cute with the little skeletons, and I am scrapping a picture of my son from last Halloween. He was Marshall from the Paw Patrol. This layout comes together pretty fast, but you see me here looking through what I pulled out and trying to remember what I said I was going to do with those pieces. That piece up there that says October, I'm going to make a flip up with that, and you'll see how I put together that bottom part of the photo of just him. So first I'm going to start by taking my base papers and I'm going to cut them down so that I can back it with that polka dot. And the polka dot orange was just in my stash, and I thought it went well with the frames that were around the two photos. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down because this was a calendar. You see that piece has a hole in it, so I always end up cutting it off. So that's how I usually back all of the pages from this kit, because they have the hole at the top. If I don't back it, then I usually end up covering it up with an embellishment of some type. But yeah, I'm going to cut this page down and then cut the middle out of that orange polka dot paper because it's so cute. I just wanted to save some to use later. And the flip side of that orange paper is chevron, that chevron that's along the branding strip at the bottom. So I needed to save some of that. Okay, so now that that's cut down to size, I'm going to go ahead and cut this polka dot paper. Oh, it was from Simple Stories, and it's an older paper. I don't know, like I said, it was in my stash. I don't know what year it was. So we're going to cut the middle out of this, and then you'll see me put tape along the I sped that up so you didn't have to watch me cut again. Here, score tape along the edges of it so that the page will stick to it really well, because I knew it was going to be in and out of the page protector. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to make you watch that. I'm also going to cut this out so that you guys can make this video pretty quick. But if you have not commented, liked, subscribed to my channel, please do so. I really appreciate all of the support that you guys give. So here I am. I'm just going to line that up, and I still don't do a good job. I am not a great person at eyeballing things. So even though I eyeball it, it's usually never even. So as you can see, it's more at the top than it is at the bottom, but I just go with it. Scrapbooking is not a perfect science. Well, at least to me, it's not. It doesn't have to be perfect for me. I try a lot to make it, but it's not. It never really is. So from here, I'm going to go to the flip up. I'm satisfied with that. So I'm going to go to the flip up, and you're going to see me pull that piece back over that said October and family, and the photo of my son and his friends. Yep. So there's me making the flip up. So my goal was to have, you'll see what I do here in a minute, that piece that says family with the white border around it. But of course, like I said, I'm not perfect, so it does not end up working that way. And here in a second, I'm going to run out of tape, and I'm going to need to refill my tape, as I always do. I don't know why I don't check it before I start recording. That would be the smart thing to do, but of course I never do. All right, I'm going to score that piece with the bone folder so that it's easier to fold up. And then I'm going to back of the card. That's an old Allie Edwards card. I think either Allie Edwards or Studio Calico. One of the two. But it was from 2015. And inside that circle said 2015. So you'll see me here in a minute cover that up with a core card. So I was going to put that down, but then I remembered I needed something to be able to function as a flip up. So I go into this little bin that has all of the pieces. from the calendar kit. And I found this little arrow type, what is it called? A pendant. I found this pendant that is orange and it's gold and has orange around it. So I'm going to use that as the piece to flip open the flip up. Here in a second, you'll see me find it. Once I get that stuck down, I'm going to debate on if I want it at the bottom or the top. Not the bottom or the side. And then I go with the side, and I'm going to glue that down. As I'm sticking this family piece down, and now that I'm looking at that, I probably should have put it at the bottom. But it goes to the side. But as I'm sticking this family piece down, I didn't line it up perfectly. And I was trying to pick it up, and it would not come up. So the border around it does not end up being perfect like I wanted it to. But like I said, it's not a perfect science. You put it together, and if it looks good, that's awesome. So there you go. It's kind of lopsided, but it's okay. It's done. And I'm going to put the photo down at the bottom. When I print my photos, I usually use the Canon Selfie. And it prints with a border around it. So sometimes I leave it, sometimes I cut it off. And that one was just a little too thick, so I just trimmed it up. And we're going to get that glued down, and then I'm going to stick it onto the page. I think this is where I ran out of tape. Or maybe I've already ran out and refilled it. I cut that piece out. Yay. So after this, I'm going to move on to the photo of my son. And I fussed with that a lot because I couldn't figure out how to make it work. I knew I wanted to use that black polka dot paper. That's a card, an old card from, I want to say, a Mind's Eye kit. Because it matched the polka dots that were on the page and the background, but they were black. And I figured I needed a little bit more black to like balance out the page. So I'm going to find another one of those cards, and I'm going to end up using it as a backing piece for that whole last photo mat down there at the bottom. The reason I put score tape on the back of this, guys, is because this is going to be getting a lot of moving up and down, and I didn't want that photo to come off the page. So I used the scoring tape, which is a stronger adhesive. And then there's some court cards, and I just cover up that 2015 because this was not 2015. This was actually last year, I think. And now I'm going to turn my attention to this bottom piece here. That's going to give me all kind of fusses because I could not put it together. And then when I finally do, I like the way that it comes out. So here you see me putting this piece, and I was like, was I going to back that and then put this here? So I'm going to cut this trim off again, because originally I was going to just back the photo with that black and white polka dot paper and then sit it next to that orange card. However, I don't remember what that card said, but I was like, that doesn't really go with what I'm trying to portray in this layout, so I didn't want to really actually use it. But I like that it was a little bit in between the oranges of the 3 oranges that I have on the page. So I was like, I want to use the orange, but I didn't know how. So what I end up doing is going back into my little card stash, and you'll see me here in a minute pull out the, I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You'll see me pull out the other card that looks like that black and white polka dot paper. Still trying to make that orange card work. It's not going to work. What I'm going to end up doing is cutting it down and my photo down even more and doing like a layer with that when I make the black and white polka dot the background. And then I'll find a orange tag from the bucket of embellishments from the kit. I'm trying to make some border strips work that came in the kit. I thought that one would work, but it didn't. And that orange was too different from the oranges that were there. So I don't end up using any of the border strips. It probably would have worked if I would have used the whites versus that orange polka dot. But it was just so cute. I had to use the orange polka dot. Okay, there's that black piece. And I'm going to make that the background. I'm going to line those two pieces together. Still pondering, trying to figure out what to do. And then there. That's my idea. To make that the background. And then put the photo onto the orange card. And then find a journaling spot. And that's going to be how this page comes together, guys. This, like I said, this is a series. This is the first installment. Next month, November. Oh, that page is so pretty. November's page is so pretty. We'll do another one. And just stay with us through this series, guys. I really hope you do. I'm excited to see what MoLee does with her page. And yes, excited to see what her page is going to look like. I have not seen it yet. So we'll probably be watching it together. So here's where I'm going to go ahead and cut down this photo more of my son. That was in our garage. He's just smiling, cheesing away. So I'm going to cut it down more so that I can back it and have that orange card play as a border for it. And then I'm going to cut the orange card down so that it can have that black and white polka dot as a border for it. So it's kind of like I triple matted the photo. Not triple, double matted the photo by just using those two cards. And I like how that comes together. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick it down. And then I'm going to go to the bin for the journaling card. I think the one that I grab is white and it has the gold trim around it. And I thought it would work because the piece that I put for the flip up has the gold on it, the gold foil. So that's why I chose it. It's a little too big, so I'm going to end up having to cut it down. Here I was thinking, like, what else do I need? And I thought about using that paper again. Oh, I'm thinking about what title could I put on here and which ones would I use. I end up using those black ones, and I'm going to spell out Paw Patrol on the little ghost over there to the left. That's toward the end, though. Sorry. All right, so I've went through the bucket and found the piece that I was going to do my journaling spot on. Like I said, it's the white one. It has the gold around it. Because it was too large to fit in the space, I had to trim it down a bit. So once I'm done trimming it down, I'm going to go ahead and get it stuck, glued to the paper, and do my journaling. After the journaling, I'm going to go ahead and spell out Paw Patrol. And those letters give me a hard time because they're really old. I don't know how old, but I know that they're old. They're from my stash. So it's going to be a task to try to get those to stay down. I don't know if I put glue on them or if I just got them to stay stuck. But that's going to be the end of my video, guys. Getting the journaling, just talking about how this was the first Halloween he wanted to be something and where we went and, you know, all the feelings that were taking place on that night. It was a fun night. And I think that's going to be the end of my video, guys. Again, thanks for stopping by. Bye.